XS. It's 7:11 p.m. Thursday evening, July 19th, and this is The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine playthrough, episode number 26. Man, a little bit sleepier than I thought I would be. Yeah, last night we wrapped up the last Witcher contract, which took basically the whole hour-long stream, and that pretty much set us up for pushing through the remaining storyline of the game. And just to check real quick. Yeah.
All is in order.
So we have to meet Damien Delacroix. No, excuse me, Damien Delatour at the Count Delacroix windmill. Hard right, guy. Hard right. Hard left, excuse me. What in the heck was that sound? I thought it was like a monster creeping up on me. Hey, hey, hey. Nice warning.
Where to storm Dunside? Expect armed resistance. The strength of the fortifications remains unknown. Your foes have committed treason. You fight them for the good of the duchy. Captain de la Tour will give you the details.
Yes, Witcher?
They are few, but now.
Geralt, good you're here. Ready to attack Duntine?
See, you already prepared a plan. Walk me through it?
We have two objectives. To find Her Illustrious Highness's sister and capture the man who blackmailed the vampire. Duntine is a modest complex. Several old buildings, a high wall around them. At the center of the enclosure stands an imposing keep, restored not long past by the elderly knight of the castle, Roderick. We mean to strike here, through the main gate, then secure the area in front of the keep by storm.
How many men defend Duntine, you know?
Roderick maintains a team of knights for defense. They are no army, but they could number several dozen. Also, Roderick recently took in a band of foreign mercenaries. About them we know very little.
Cintrian's men, gotta be. Ran into a few in town. They tried to kill me. Need to hit them from both sides. You draw the defenders, keep them busy. I'll sneak in the back way, find the women, make sure they come to no harm. I'll vault over the wall as soon as you start your assault.
Your plan puts you at great risk, but I sense you will handle it well. Let us go.
I'm a highly trained and specialized witcher. I hunt monsters and men. I should be able to handle myself. Not to mention I'm level 49 and I have this insane alchemy build.
So it begins.
Quick! We grab Roderick's horses and we bolt.
We won't vault far if the boys out front don't hold.
Not so fast. Little change of plans.
What is this? He killed Hugo and Velin! Grab him!
Roderick sent him to get the horses. He's looking to flee. Can't let him.
I see no ducals along the road.
They must not be guarding it.
Roderick was right. Can flee. We'll manage. Bloody bots! What was that?
Loot those crates on the wagon! Hurry with those
Trying
crates!
to escape.
But be careful if you drop any. That's almost the lot. We shall be ready to go soon. Where are the...
Someone's here. They've breached the back wall. Come on.
Kill him! I'm a hard nut to crack.
What? Lost your nerve?
Mercy! Mercy! I did no wrong.
Nah, kept the wrong damn company. Centrion's men, where are they?
I knew. Shouldn't have let them under my roof.
Where are they now?
In the keep, ready in their escape.
There's someone with them? Woman named Sienna?
Of course. She convinced me to let them in.
And a whole pile of trouble along with them. Where is she?
Packing. We were to leave together. An old fool. I'd have done anything for her.
Where is she? In the keep too?
Yes. Her chamber is in the tower. The top floor.
Where's the hostage? The woman?
What? What do you mean? I know nothing about a hostage. Must be the handiwork of my guests. What will become of me?
Here, press it against the wound. Should staunch the bleeding.
I thank you.
Within Duntine's walls, the Witcher came upon Roderick. The old knight had erred many times in his life, yet never as gravely as he had when opening his castle to a group of bandits, a vandal guild. He had been persuaded to do so by none other than Sienna, Duchess Annie Henrietta's sister. The young woman had clearly captured the Lord of Duntine's affections, or perhaps merely aroused his passions. This achieved, she had quickly wrapped him. Roderick seemed to know Sienna well, yet he had heard nothing of her abduction. Having questioned the wounded knight as much as he wished, Geralt set off for the castle's keep, in a room of which he expected to find Anna Henrietta's dear sibling.
What is happening? How many? These ones! Kill the shit like them! One on the other armor! I will tear you to shreds!
Damn it.
You will die!
Giving you one last chance. Yield.
Ted Harleth got us into this. Kill him! Attack!
What in the world? Vampire action?
Need to get into the keep.
They shall pay for everything!
Holy crap.
Wasn't expecting to see you two here.
We thought you could use our help. So, Witcher, this is no time to explain. Where is Renna?
Expect to answer a lot of questions inside.
Let us go then. Renna,
Well, he finally found her.
are you hurt? If any of them.
You know me. I'd never let them hurt me. I just waited for you to come.
I didn't know where to look. They threatened to kill you. Forgive me. I failed you. Now we need only find Anna Henrietta's sister. Where should we look? Do you know?
Ran into Roderick, Duntine's lord. Told me where I'd find Sienna.
Then speak and let's grab her. Time is short.
Said she was in a room in the tower. Very one we're in right now. Which, incidentally, looks nothing like a prison cell. And just so happens there's a carafe full of wine here. Bet it's stolen San Real.
What's your point?
You lied to Detloff? Used him? Just confess, why don't you? Holy crap, she's Sienna?
Giving you one chance to tell us everything yourself.
I've nothing to tell.
Witcher, what is this?
Sorry, Detloff. You've been had.
My friend, please. You must listen to what Geralt has to say.
Kidnapping was a farce?
Never was any abduction. She faked it to be able to control you, manipulate you.
You lie! He seeks to turn us against each other.
Let him speak.
Blackmailers? Pure fiction. She planned everything. You killed all those men at her behest.
That is impossible.
Sorry, Dettlaff. She used you. Part of her plan.
What's up, Suck Mike Hoke 2? Suck my cock? Oh crap.
You will come to Teshumutna and explain all. If you do not, I will raze Beauclair to the ground. This I promise you. You've 3 days. I shall be waiting.
Don't piss off a vampire.
He just fly off?
He did not wish to act rashly. He's gone to soothe his nerves.
Think he'll do it? Make good on his threat?
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury consumes him.
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what he just...
You don't know Dettlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city. He's more than capable of it.
Conscience gets to you now?
Better... better late than never, right?
Well, it truly does seem the best option.
Your Grace, we must proceed with caution. Guardsmen saw vampires here. They could still be about.
Vampires or no vampires, my sister is here. Find her.
I think we found her.
Your Grace, that...
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How about you, bro?
Sienna, it's true. It's you. Sister, dear, what have you gotten yourself into? So concerned, I'm surprised. Is there an ounce of truth to it?
You feel resentment. I understand. But I promise we shall work through all the unfortunate matters of the past. We will discuss them later. Captain, escort Sienna to the palace. I shall meet with her as soon as we return.
As you wish, Your Grace.
And you, Witcher. You have my thanks. I cannot believe my sister was so near the whole time. Roderick of Duntine shall answer for treason and blackmail.
Ought to answer for being a dunce. I don't think he... to be honest, I really don't think he had anything to do with the blackmail.
Roderick got duped and used, just like the vampire.
Apropos, were you able to establish who kidnapped his beloved?
We've discovered Sienna blackmailed the vampire. Ordered him to kill those men.
What? What nonsense is this?
She is his missing lover. Staged her own abduction to force him to do her bidding.
He was a tool. Whole scheme was Sienna's. She was behind it.
You're mistaken. You must be. This cannot be true.
Your Grace, I know this vampire and...
What? You know him? Who is he?
Dettlaff.
The same who so recently sat at my table and told me of Nazaire.
Yeah, this is like a big spoiler.
Is there anything else you've neglected to mention? A
By the
dragon
way,
living beneath Mount Gorgon, perhaps? Is anyone else here a vampire? Where is he now?
Waiting for Sienna. If she doesn't show up to meet him by an appointed time, he'll destroy Beauclair.
He dares threaten us?
Your Grace, We have 3 days to bring him Siana and...
Not a word. You have 3 days to bring me his head. No more secrets. No more helping vampires. I want what I'm paying for. The head of the beast.
Oh, shit. Alright, she's gonna pit us between the vampire. So yeah, what I was saying is this is like a huge spoiler in case you're interested in playing this expansion. This is pretty much gonna ruin it all for you, story-wise. So I guess we're gonna have to make a decision between helping the Crown or helping Detloff. A few days later, we don't have that many days.
Doubt it. Rarely forgets, rarely retracts what she says, especially not threats.
Yes, well, even I must admit Detloff's actions were highly inappropriate. Reprehensible, even. Are you upset?
Why would I be?
Let's see. You're returning from your hunt empty-handed. No trophy. No new lead to boast of, then pursue.
Upset's just not a sensation I feel. Ever. Mutations, remember?
Yes, of course. The excuse you resort to whenever you'd rather not talk about something.
Observant of you. So let's change the subject.
How do your employers customarily react when you fail to meet their expectations?
Depends. Peasants cuss me out. Merchants demand I refund their deposit, whereas nobles mostly just release their hounds.
And rulers?
Usually threaten me with the gallows.
A most illustrious grace awaits the gentleman.
Your Grace, the population demands she be punished. Siana's committed terrible crimes. Spilt so much blood. They...
Another word, Palmerin, and I shall spill even more blood. Yours. I repeat for the last time. Siana is responsible for the death of many, true. But she is also my sister. We are bound by blood and by a shared childhood. I shall not allow her to be lynched.
Your Grace, I fear the masses might rise. Storm the prison, pitchforks and torches in hand.
Let them storm. They will not find her there. Siana is hidden away in a safe place. She shall await trial there until we have rid ourselves of this accursed vampire. Which, to judge by your means, has not yet come to pass.
Did what we could, but...
My patience is at an end, Geralt. Where is he? Where is Detlaff?
We're working to find that out, Your Grace.
Do you take me for a fool?
I wouldn't dare.
I care not one whit what you have worked on, are working on, or shall work on. I'm interested in results, which thus far have been nil. At times, I hunt foxes. Do you know how it works? The hounds, they catch the fox's scent, chase the animal down, and lead the Batchu to it. All within an hour. You, Witcher, have had a week. The aid of my most excellent knights. Yet, you have tracked absolutely nothing down. I've begun to suspect my beagles might have done a better job.
Alright, now she's starting to stretch the truth a little bit here. Vampires and foxes, game and journal exhibit certain essential differences.
Allow me to point out certain subtle but essential differences between a higher vampire and a fox, or game in general.
Truly. Like the ones between a pathetic quip and a treasonous offense. Watch your words, Witcher. But to the matter at hand. Have you managed to establish anything?
Your Grace, it seems Siana tricked Detlaff. used him to murder the knights who escorted her into exile. We have reason to believe that...
Here's the first death.
Your Grace! Vampires!
What? Speak now!
Vampires! They've attacked the city! Captain de la Tour defends the square near the boat landing, but so many lives lost.
Damn it.
If it's war this Dettlaff wants, it's war he shall have. Geralt, get to work. This time I'll hear no excuses. Palmer, you...
Get her out of here.
Syanna failed to appear as summoned. And there. Dettlaff was not making either choice.
Seems not. Need to make some serious plans of our own now. It's gone too far, damn it. Regis, you mentioned there was a way to draw Dettlaff out. A way you've avoided resorting to so far because you thought it was too dangerous.
Is that how I put it? Do forgive me, that I've misled you terribly. The word dangerous is simply a scandalous understatement in this case.
Regis, another inner monologue growing out of a personal dilemma. Just tell me how to flush Dettlaff out. Force him to meet, please.
In due course. But first, Geralt, I'd like you to consider the alternative. After all, you could fulfill Dettlaff's demand and liberate his beloved Syanna.
Think Dettlaff still believes Syanna's innocent?
I believe he suspects something. He must. And he seeks to understand what happened.
And for that, he's declared war on the entire duchy?
What can I say? Moderation was never his strong suit.
Really want to free Syanna? Hand her over to Dettlaff? Refuse to accept you consider that wise.
It's hard to believe, I know. But Dettlaff is not actually evil, merely impulsive. He needs but meet with her, speak with her, and he will spare the city.
So say I agree to this, 'cause I might. Still no chance Anna Henrietta will.
I do not recall ever suggesting we ask her permission.
The meeting. What if it's nothing like you say? What if it goes sour, ends in a fight? Willing to guarantee Syanna won't get hurt?
It seems unlikely in the extreme that...
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yes or no.
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to any harm.
Got serious reservations about this plan. Not least among them, we have no idea where Syanna's being held. You heard the Duchess. She's not at the prison.
Hardly a reservation. More of an excuse. I'm certain you'll find her. You must merely decide you wish to.
Could ask Damien. Duchess treats him like a lapdog. Keeps him close most times. He might know something more.
There, you see? I knew you'd think of something. Bravo. I trust I've dispelled your doubts, then.
Not so fast. We're not done talking. How would I go about luring Detloff out of hiding if I wanted to? With the blood of a virgin?
You see, somewhere nearby lives an unusual denizen, one of the unseen, ancient and powerful vampires, among the oldest and strongest.
And?
Toussaint is this unseen elder's territory. All vampires owe him fealty while they are here. He need but say the word, designate a time and place, and Detloff will be forced to appear.
So this unseen elder, how do we convince him to summon Detloff?
We must find him first. The elder does not see arrivals unless he absolutely must. But locals, Oriana, for instance, you know, she too is a...
Yeah, figured it out.
Vampire.
Right, let's say she gets me in to see the unseen elder. What then?
I don't know. You'll have to improvise, I suppose.
So I'm basically stuck. Either gotta give in to a blackmailer, or fight him.
You know what I would opt for. Should we free Syanna and arrange for her to meet with Detloff, there's a good chance we'll all survive this ordeal. Detloff included.
Regis, don't mean to put you on the spot, but I gotta know. Say I do decide to fight Detloff. Who'll you stand with?
Should you decide your sword is the sole solution, I shall not stand in your way.
Appreciate it.
Certainly hope so. Now, please tell me, what is it you intend to do?
Considering freeing Syanna, let's talk to Damien. Leaning towards no nonsense. Oriana, let's find her. Don't know, need to think about it.
No idea. Need to think.
Not an easy choice. Understood. Permit me to leave you to wrestle with this dilemma. I'm needed in the city. I cannot stop what is happening, but I can try to limit the number of victims. Once you've decided, and learned something perhaps, whisper a word to the Ravens. I shall find you.
While storming Duntine, Geralt was surprised to find he had two allies, Regis and Detloff. Naturally, the Witcher, assisted by two higher vampires, plowed through the castle's defenders about like the Nilfgaardian conflagration had plowed through Cintra. At long last, they reached the room where Geralt expected to find Syanna, and he was not disappointed, yet it turned out Syanna was not just the young lady banished from court those many years ago. No, she was also Reyna, the missing, presumed to be kidnapped young woman who was Detloff's beloved. The Witcher and company learned she had controlled the Centurion, bidding him to steal Sangreal wine as well as the ducal jewel. She had also sent Detloff the names of the intended victims. The vampire needed all his strength to quell his desire to tear her to shreds. A shard of ice, as he set a meeting time and place. Syanna was to appear at Teshem Mutna 3 days hence to explain herself. The Witcher found himself between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, a vampire consumed by fury demanded he deliver Syanna to him in 3 days' time. On the other hand, Anna Henrietta awaited, expecting Detloff's head on a silver platter. The Night of Long Fangs. It was painfully clear the audience with the Duchess would not be a pleasant one. For Geralt and Regis had to fail to establish Detloff's whereabouts, though not for lack of trying. Matters, alas, quickly took an even more tragic turn when Geralt failed to deliver Syanna to the lover betrayed. He fulfilled his threat and sent down upon Beauclair and its environs a plague of horrid beasts. The Witcher immediately resumed his efforts to find and confront Detloff. The Unseen Elder. Geralt was as intrigued as I was, and as I imagine you shall be, to learn higher vampire societies organized in a strict hierarchy based on age. The older a vampire, the greater his say in their matters, and the stricter the punishment for going against his will. One extremely elder vampire lived in Beauclair, in the cave where he had been deposited during the conjunction of the spheres. Geralt and Regis decided they had to go see him to get his help in finding Detloff. The only problem was that the more ancient members of the vampiric race were not very, how to put this, amenable to company. This particular elder so deeply disliked visitors, Regis trembled at the very thought of having to disturb his peace. Geralt had a difficult decision to make. Should he risk a visit to the elder's domain or try to find Sienna? Damien Delatour. He came across a typical soldier, i.e. a thick-headed lackey, who, seeing Geralt, immediately decided he must prove who had the more massive unmentionables. Geralt treated this challenge with dispassionate superiority, yet accepted it nevertheless, and in doing so earned himself another enemy. After he bloodied himself side by side with the Witcher, Damien decided the White Wolf was actually an altogether decent fellow who wished only to help. One could even say they shook hands and made up in their hearts at least. Afterwards, Geralt set off for Dun Tine, but not before first extracting a promise from Regis to keep Detloff at a safe distance this time. At Dun Tine, Geralt was dragged into a fight against bandits with considerably superior forces at their disposal. There's no knowing how this might have ended had the proverbial cavalry not ridden to his rescue. Birds in service of Geralt's vampire friends had been following him the whole time. Thanks to them, right at the battle's pivotal moment, Detloff and Regis appeared to fight at his side. Believing he was battling the men responsible for his beloved's kidnapping, Detloff killed with unseen passion. He only stopped when there was not a being left on the battlefield, giving out the least sign of life. Upon learning the woman he loved was using him for her own ends, Detloff lost all will to keep on living. The only thing left to him was a longing for vengeance, blind, unrestrained vengeance. Detloff issued a clear ultimatum. Sienna was to meet with him alone and explain everything. If she failed to do that, Beauclair would be awash with blood. No one had any doubts Detloff meant exactly what he said. We got a long character entry here, guys. Geralt went to Dun Tine alone, leaving Regis behind to watch Detloff, or such was the plan, but life has a habit of making a mockery of men's plans. The vampires kept tabs on Geralt's progress through the use of avian allies, and thus were the instant he found himself in dire straits, they reacted at once. Soon Dun Tine was drenched in blood. And I think that should probably be all the character entries. Oh, here we go. Sienna. Sylvia Anna, a lovely name, don't you think? This beauty should come as no surprise, given it's the name of the daughter of a duke and the sister of a duchess, yet the fates Siana, as her intimates called her, Met was not as beautiful as might have been suspected for one so well born, though as it turns out, she had in truth been born rather inopportunely. She came into this world during an eclipse and thus fell victim to the panic surrounding the curse of the Black Sun, which was said to affect young girls from ruling families birthed in similar circumstances. Though Geralt has serious doubts whether this curse truly existed, many claimed it caused horrible mutations which filled its victims with cruelty and a desire to kill. Siana's parents certainly seemed to be among the believers in the curse, for they deemed her too dangerous to be allowed to remain at court and forced her into exile. Siana then fled to Nazaire, and soon, for all intents and purposes, dropped off the face of the planet. Anna Henrietta, full of sisterly love and compassion, spent years mourning the absence of Siana, who had officially been declared missing and presumed dead. When she surfaced again, however, their reunion was not one of familiar joy. Siana despised Anna Henrietta and did not wish even to speak to her. This reluctance might have had something to do with the fact that moments earlier, Siana had been unmasked as a murderer. And that should be all of our cast of characters. Alright, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do next, man.
Come on, Roach.
Faster! Kaiki! Faster!
I'm about to freaking die here.
Need to look around. Armor proved useless. Claws sliced through steel like through butter. Armor proved useless. Claws sliced through steel like through butter. Another one. Damn it. They broke formation, ran. Barricade put up in the street. Show me what you got.
Holy shit. Moondust Bomb, Vampire Oil, Black Blood, and Nirden. I guess I need to use my lore.
Must be in the bank, barricaded themselves inside.
killed it. Single-handedly. That harlot's brute slaughtered half my unit.
See, it came damn close to slaughtering you as well. Need to withdraw. You and your men. Now.
My duty lies with the city.
Won't help the city by leading your men to the slaughter. Damien, conversation back at the palace, remember? I'll say it again. Your men don't stand a chance.
You need an army of witchers to handle this.
Men, tend to the wounded and prepare to march out.
Doing the right thing. Now listen close. Silver. That's what you want to use against vampires. Your alchemists, order them to produce as much vampire oil as they can. Churn it out in gallons. Then coat your blades with it. Keep an eye out for Alps and Bruxae. The shapely ones resemble women. There one moment, gone the next. Bombs containing silver splinters are a pretty good idea.
Thank you, Witcher. I hope you're worth the coin the Duchess pledged you. And that you'll return with the head of the wretch that did this, skewered on a hook.
Got a different plan.
And what would that be?
All I can say just now is I'm gonna need Syanna.
You know the Duchess's decision. Syanna awaits her trial, in custody.
Yeah, I know it. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
You've that luxury. I do not. I've sworn my loyalty to Her Grace.
Folk are dying. Many more will, because of one.
If Her Grace learns I helped you, my head will roll.
And mine will come right after. Still willing to take the risk. See, I'm wasting my time here.
Wait. When last I saw Syanna, Her Grace was escorting her to the palace playroom.
Playroom? As in, for children? You sure?
I've served in the ducal palace for years. I know it's every corner. So yes, I am.
It's probably where they grew up together.
Playroom. So what, Duchess locked Syanna up in a dollhouse?
Honestly, I've no clue. Look, I've told you what I saw. What you do with it is no concern of mine.
Got it. I'll look into it. You get back to your barracks. Retrace my steps. Path ought to be clear. Got a signal, Regis. Have him join me.
It's a slaughter. Clement's unit smashed. Cross my estate.
What of Captain Damien?
Elizabeth told me yes.
In a hurry to get somewhere?
Very much so. Now be kind enough to step aside.
Chaos in the city. Know what's going on?
Naturally. It's rather irritating.
Bloodbath in the streets. That's irritating? I'd probably use a stronger term.
Well, you know, I'm getting on in years. Not easily impressed. Takes a bit more to get me worked up.
Yeah, I suppose empathy's not something I associate with vampires.
I suspected you would guess.
Already
Wasn't
guessed
hard.
that.
Not like you tried hard to hide it.
Should I have?
Well, I am a witcher.
And thus my foe?
That depends entirely on you. Need to, see you're unseen. Convince him to stop Detloff. Heard you could help me with that.
My. It seems my dear Regis needs to be reprimanded. He's become rather indiscreet. And you, there are simpler ways to commit suicide. A number of bridges you could jump off, for instance.
Just want to talk to him.
Talk. Lovely. He'll rend your head from your neck. Make shreds of you before you can open your mouth.
Let me worry about that. Willing to do it or not?
I, too, would prefer a city calmed, but to reveal so dear a secret to a witcher. Know what? Come with me. I must tend to a certain matter. Then we'll talk.
If I was talking to a human now, I'd say that every moment we delay brings another death. Thing is, doubt that moves you at all.
Frankly, not in the least.
Where are we going?
Not far. You see, I maintain a kind of shelter just outside Beauclair. An orphanage, to be precise. I've heard the birds whisper. They claim a terrible things happened there. Under the present circumstances, I must treat this seriously. I'm sure you understand.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly. Let's go. Must cost a small fortune maintaining this place.
What can I do? I have a weakness for children.
Meaning?
Meaning that I... Wait. Smell that?
Blood.
Arno! Arno! Arno!
Please.
What in the hell?
What happened? Where's Arno? Speak.
Shh. Oh, the monster will come.
Monster? What monster?
Big, with teeth and...
And what?
This is pointless. Won't tell us anything in his condition.
Speak. What happened here?
I was so scared. So scared.
Of what? You can tell us. Take your time.
I woke up because of the bells. Then the screams. I pulled the quilt over my head so I wouldn't hear. But they were so loud. And something began pounding on the roof. Boom, boom, louder and louder. Then Uncle Arno came and said,
Sit quiet, real quiet. Shh. Shh. And you'll be all right.
The whoreson abandoned them, left them, and ran away.
Who's this Arno?
The Guardian. He ran the orphanage with his wife, for a generous fee. I don't see them, can't hear or smell them either. They fled, left the children behind as bait.
Uncle Arno told us to be quiet as mice, and the monster wouldn't come, but it did. It came.
What happened then?
Bartes, Neve, Mora, and some others. They ran out. My sister Anna and me, we hid right here in the room. But Anna, she began to cry. I covered her mouth, whispered, shh, shh, shh. Held her long, till she stopped.
You mean to say you...
Drop it. Think I know enough.
As do I. Something killed my children. I'll stay with the boy. He shouldn't be left alone again. You track down this scum. Bring me its head and I'll help you with the unseen.
Boy's hurt. Wounds need dressing.
Not to worry. I'll see to it.
You sure? Got a lot of practice, just need a few minutes to...
Go.
Fine. See if I can't find a lead.
Excellent. Go on, get to work. Come, little one. I'll sing to you.
Wolves asleep amidst the trees, bats all a-swaying in the breeze. But one soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths.
Geralt had decided Detloff could not be considered harmless. True, he was doubtless a sentient creature as well as Regis' close friend, but no. The Witcher would resolve matters with his blade. To do this, Geralt would need to force Detloff to reveal himself, then to fight. And this in turn required him to find one of only a handful of ancient vampires remaining in the world. And the only one who could help him with the latter was that legend of the Beauclarois, Boheme, Oriana. Blood's simple. Search the orphanage using your Witcher senses. Geralt had waded through the city's vampire-infested streets to reach Oriana's estate. The vampiress, however, was hardly eager to help the Witcher find the unseen elder. She was on her way out, about to leave Beauclair for the orphanage she maintained outside the city walls. Anxious about what she might find there, she had neither the time nor the desire nor the patience to listen to the Witcher's arguments. Geralt had no choice but to accompany Oriana, hoping to convince her along the way. And where in the hell am I on this world map now?
Smashed against the wall. Skull cracked. Died immediately. Beast killed the children but didn't eat them. Something scare it off? Or grab its attention? Bloodstains. Dried. Stomach wall cut open in 3 places. Damaged organs, arteries. Head, shoulder, and neck wounds. Monster attacked from above. Jumped off the roof, I bet. Claw marks. Sharp, hooked claws. Monster had an easy time climbing on the roof.
I'm almost positive it was a vampire. The only question is who? Detloff?
Throat ripped open. Larynx crushed. Paw prints. Bipedal beast. Walks hunched over. Blood hasn't even dried. Wounds are smooth-edged. Claws cut through cleanly. Young, thin bones offered little resistance. Smells not blood. Need to investigate. Sliced aorta. Fang marks alongside, but they're old, scarred over. Gunk. Is that venom? Narrows the list of suspects. Venom glands, long claws, a bloodsucker. Must be a Garcane, a pack leader, an alpha. For Garcane's killing's a pleasure. Kid's just whet its appetite. Must have gone after the Guardians too.
Alpha Garcanes. We need Moondust, Samum, Vampire Oil, and Black Blood. Alpha Garcanes. So when a vampire gives a Witcher a contract to kill another vampire, you can be certain neither of the two is entirely normal. The contract seems simple enough, though Geralt knew his target was a vampire. Yet one must bear in mind vampires are a very diverse group, and their various species differ from one another greatly. The Witcher established the individual he sought had long hooked claws with which it could tear apart a body with ease, leaving behind venom which hindered the clotting of blood. What's more, it could use these claws to scale even the sheer outer wall of a building, giving others the impression it possessed mind-boggling powers. Geralt also realized his opponent was an experienced predator able to set ambushes for his prey and attack it unexpectedly.
Roach. Drove off the road. Horses must have gotten spooked. Garcane caught up. Trail ends here. Need to look around. Wounds are bad. At least it didn't suffer long. Shredded her, then licked up her blood. Every last drop. Garcane ate its fill here. Probably holed up nearby to digest. Aha. Ever fight a Witcher, you piece of shit?
Oriana's concerns hadn't been completely justified. One of the vampires Detloff had summoned, a Garcane, Geralt concluded based on the clues he found, had perpetrated a bloody massacre. Enraged by what she found, Oriana pledged to help the Witcher find the Unseen Elder on one condition. Geralt had first to bring her the head of her ward's murderer. If I know Geralt, however, he would have hunted the bastard down without the promise of any reward.
Hey-ya! Slow now. Whoa.
What in the hell? Really?
Oriana. Release him. Now.
I thought it would take you longer.
It will. Still not done. Got one more thing to tend to. You. The orphanage. Your wine cellar, right? A larder for blood.
I never said I helped these children out of the kindness of my heart.
Go outside, little man, and lock the door behind you.
No, don't hurt her. Lady Oriana took care of us. She took us off the street, brought us sweets, sang to us. Leave her be.
You see, Witcher? The world's not black and white. It's shades of all kinds. I drank from the children, true, but never so much as to kill. And I gave them a great deal in return.
Expect me to thank you for taking such good care of the orphans?
You care so much for their well-being. Amusing. How do young witches fare? How many survive your trials?
Don't change the subject. Not about to let you.
Then get to the point.
Did what you asked. Children's slaughter's the work of a Garcane, one of those summoned by Dettlaff. Probably supposed to attack the city. Children's scent lured it here.
Yes, it carries quite a way. Its sweetness teases the nose, gets the mouth watering.
Unseen Elder. Where'll I find him? Talk.
His lair lies west of the city, across the lake. Look for a cave near the shoreline, and this stone will open a hidden door.
Not gonna take me there?
I visit the Elder only when I absolutely must. You'll know why once you meet him.
I'll come back for you one day. You realize that, right?
Then I shall keep an eye out for you.
Geralt had slain the Garcane, but when he rejoined Oriana, he learned the old vampiress was, in fact, not much better than the brute she had asked the Witcher to hunt down and kill. Though his hand itched to grab the hilt of his silver sword once more and tend to Oriana as he had attended to the Garcane, he was well aware saving the city's inhabitants was far more important at the time. Nonetheless, I suspect the Witcher and the vampiress will meet again one day.
Time to summon Regis. Slip a word to the birds, he said.
During the soiree organized by the Mandragora, Geralt met Oriana, a valued patroness to many local artists. There was something about this woman that made most who met her feel somehow ill at ease. She could not break the Witcher's iron-hard self-composure, of course, but she did give him the impression she was no normal aristocrat, and his impressions were usually spot on. Regis's charismatic friend was revealed to be a fellow vampire, though nowhere near as civilized and humanitarian as he. She owned an orphanage outside the city which, as the Witcher discovered to his horror, she used as a sort of blood cellar, visiting it whenever the urge struck her to drink some blood straight from an orphan's neck. Geralt swore that they ever met again. Well, basically, we know what that means.
So, I'll be at the boat landing near the palace, waiting for Regis there. Mind telling him?
You've met with Oriana. How did it go?
Not well.
Oh. Did she not divulge where you might find the unseen?
No, she did. Also divulged her hunger for the blood of small children.
Well, I admit I'd heard rumors, but preferred to lend them no credence.
Rather not talk about it. Caves west of town, other side of the lake. That's where we need to go.
I see. Well, I'm prepared to set out at any time, but...
Yeah, I know. You'd still prefer to free Sienna, for Dettlaff's sake.
For the sake of you both.
Oh, please. Orphanage, what happened there? His fault, plain and simple. City gutters are overflowing with blood. That's his doing too. And you're worried somebody might have hurt his feelings?
To meet the unseen elder is to face mortal danger. I've said so all along and never in jest. You are a friend, a dear friend. I'd rather you not risk your neck unnecessarily. I think it's natural, I think it's obvious. Obviously natural. Especially when we've an alternative. An entirely reasonable one.
Give me a second. I'm going to go run to the restroom. Decisions, decisions, decisions. To me, the unseen elder is a face mortal danger. I said it all along, never in jest. You are a friend, a dear friend. I'd rather you not risk your neck unnecessarily. I think it's natural. I think it's obviously natural. Especially when we have an alternative, entirely reasonable one. You've
worn me down, Regis. Fine, have it your way. Playroom. Let's go.
Excellent decision.
Time will tell.
It's getting late, and I don't even know if I'm going to get to a good stopping point here, but I kind of want to stop the stream here and pick this up tomorrow morning. I want to get some rest. And I've already been streaming for an hour and 46 minutes, so...
Here, the playroom's beyond this door.
Jesus Christ, Regis.
Shit. Probably meant to stand guard at Anna Henrietta's personal request. Locked. Of course. Regis, I will not have a fist fight with this door. Would you mind? Thanks.
At your service.
Utter silence. No one here.
We should look around at least.
Something inside? Nope. Empty. A tin knight. Well, well. The key tucked behind the picture. Miniature tableware. And plush toys. Cute. Wooden duck. Somebody broke its wings off. Nice tune.
Indeed, pleasant. It's a shame the mechanism's damaged.
What the? Found a notebook. Property of Isabelle de Roquefort, court governess. The notes of Sienna and Anna Henrietta's governess when they were little.
I'm not sure it will help, but I suppose there's no harm in leafing through them.
Sienna gave me a drawing today.
Charming.
Of freshly decapitated bodies covered in blood.
Perhaps not so much.
What?
I asked her why ever she would draw such a thing. Her Highness claimed it was a rendering of nightmares which have plagued her for as long as she can remember. Sienna does wake up screaming nearly every night, save when she shares a bed with Henrietta. Curse of the Black Sun. Supposedly girls afflicted by it had horrible dreams. Kind of horrible that made some of them go mad. The girls quarreled today. I must note rather sadly they did not behave as befits future ladies. The incident devolved into fisticuffs. Anna Henrietta was first to strike her sister. Sienna gave back as good as she'd gotten. By the time I separated them, Henrietta had lost 2 teeth. She ran off to complain to her parents. His Grace the Duke refused to believe my version of events. He laid all the blame on Siana and vowed to punish the little one harshly. Henrietta did her best to have her sister's sentence commuted, but the Duke and Duchess proved unbending.
Once you're labeled a black sheep, it's so hard to shed that reputation.
Today I accompanied the girls for the first time to the land of 1,000 fables. We spent half the day there. First we played with Thumbelina, then with Barbarossa, who proved quite the charmer for a brigand and pirate.
I'm beginning to suspect Isabel de Roquefort wrote in her diary after taking a powerful hallucinogenic. Cannabis rudelaris, for instance, or...
Shh, don't interrupt. I tip my cap to Master Artorius Figo for his achievement. He has proved he has no equal in the arcane arts.
Wait, Artorius was the court mage here, a specialist in illusions, which means...
Regis, last warning. Stop interrupting or I'll seat you in the corner. The girls told me if I ever wish to visit alone, I need but crack open the Land of 1,000 Fables and utter out loud the incantation, Expecto Ludum.
A book as the key to an illusion. My, this grows more interesting by the minute.
Mages sent by the Conclave arrived today. They came to examine Siana. I cannot know what conclusions they drew, but His Grace now seems clearly upset.
Curse of the Black Sun. There's no doubt then that she was diagnosed with the syndrome symptoms.
Or had that label planted on her. It goes on. I dared ask the Duke what would become of the girl. He did not reply. I tutored the girls in Nilfgaardian today. Siana applies herself so, though she has great difficulty memorizing new vocabulary. Lady Henrietta seems more gifted in this regard, yet also prone to impish behavior. When she thought me out of earshot, she called me a blood accuser. She and Siana laughed so hard they almost choked. Blood is damned, or cursed. What's Cusa?
In the melodious tongue of our none-too-friendly neighbors to the south, the word describes the many-petaled flower that blooms in that place we so unmelodiously call the crotch.
Realize this might sound improbable, but maybe, just maybe, Anna Henrietta tossed Siana into that illusion.
Not impossible. She would be safe there, and isolated. We must see.
Where's that book?
Geralt had not at first planned to free Siana. He had focused his efforts on forcing Detloff to reveal himself and fight, but then Geralt changed his mind. I cannot rightly say why. It's possible Regis persuaded him, though it's just as likely the Witcher had concluded he would not slay a sentient creature, all the more so because said creature had been betrayed. There it is.
Nothing under the carpet.
Did you expect something? Apart from the dust swept under there by a lazy chambermaid.
This it? Let's see. Expecto Ludum. Regis? Regis!
Whoa, this is kind of cool.
Land of 1,000 fables.
Alice in Wonderland?
Incredible. Let's see where this road takes me.
Where's the Knight of Long Fangs? Geralt heeded Regis' advice and would seek to resolve the crisis through peaceful means. To do so, he would need to fulfill the vampire blackmailer's demand and free Syanna. He now needed to establish where this troublemaker was being held. The Witcher suspected he could extract this information from Captain Damien de la Tour, the Duchess's confidant in such matters. Beyond hill and dale, Geralt had not at first planned to free Syanna. Sorry, I read that paragraph. Just as Damien had advised, Regis and Geralt went to the playroom at the Ducal Palace. It seemed a strange choice for a prison, but Anna Henrietta was known to have oft unusual ideas. The Witcher and the vampire searched the room but found no sign of Syanna. They deduced she had to be concealed inside an illusion. The mage Artorius Vigo had created it years earlier. For the ducal daughters when they were but children, it was a fairy tale land one could enter through the room.
Eye of Nehelene going wild. Whole land's an illusion. It's so powerful there's no way to dispel it.
Oh man, oh man. Alright guys, I'm going to call it here. I would love to continue to play, but my eyes are getting heavy. I'm getting tired. But I do have tomorrow off, so as soon as I get up in the morning, I can start streaming to push this game forward. it really just intuitively speaking, it seems like we're getting close to the end. So there's probably not much left after this.
Whole land's an illusion. It's so powerful, there's no way to dispel it.
Good stopping point. Calling it here. Hope you guys have a good night. And stay safe. And catch me tomorrow in episode number 27. Around, I'd say 10 o'clock, 10:30ish. Peace out.